Hey everybody, the TMD 1998 here for our Raw preview. It is December 22nd. Merry Christmas, everybody. Phil is on the line with us. Say hi.
What's going on, guys? Hope you guys have a very Merry Christmas.
So, before we get to that, we are usually living in the same state. We go to the same school. We live pretty close to each other.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, currently we are about 1,900 miles away from each other because he is in freezing cold Connecticut and I am in Sunshine State, Florida, in Sarasota. So just thought we'd want to get that out. And Phil flipped me off before this video on how I said the weather is so good and that the weather is so bad in Connecticut. But just to bring that into mind.
And just because Trent is in Sarasota does not mean that these are going to stop.
Yeah.
So that's why we're doing this right now.
Yeah. I'm hanging out with my family. I'm taking 20 minutes out of my time to hang out with you guys and do the Raw preview because I love y'all and you guys are awesome and y'all yell at me if I don't do this. So
let's get this going.
Alright. So Hulk Hogan is Santa Claus for Raw. Unfortunately for all the little people that watch this channel, Santa Claus is not real in WWE. He is in real life. But he is busy right now, like getting all the presents and stuff. But is one of Santa's helpers, and usually one of those Santa's helpers is a WWE superstar, and his name goes by Mick Foley. Mick Foley has not been able to make it, so the Santa helper Hulk Hogan will be Santa Claus this year. Phil, do we want Hogan as Santa Claus? Will this continue? Will it be Mick Foley next year? What are your thoughts on this?
I hope Mick Foley is gonna be Santa next year. I mean, I understand why they did Hulk Hogan for this year at least. Because you know how Hulk Hogan has been back ever since WrestleMania 30 and everything.
Yeah.
I understand that, but will I probably like it? Probably not. It's like tradition that Mick Foley was like Santa's little helper or whatever, and it's like tradition to me. But I mean, I guess we'll just have to see what Hulk Hogan has in store for us.
Yeah. I agree. I think it'll be okay, but it won't be like Mick Foley. Mick Foley entertains being Hulk Hogan or being Santa Claus, and I don't think Hulk Hogan will be able to do that to the level that Mick Foley will. All right.
It's just easy to pick a line.
Yeah.
Oh, Hulk Hogan.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Rollins, what does he have in store for Cena? We heard him and Brock Lesnar teaming up. Will the Money in the Bank... Well, first of all, let's talk about Sean's View for a bit. Sean's View uploaded a video. Now go subscribe to him. The link will be in the description. Sean's View Entertainment. He uploaded a video about how WWE has a lot in store for their first Raw of the new year in 2015, which would be January 5th, 2015. I will make a video on what he said in that, but basically he was given all these scenarios. Will the scenario happen where Rollins will cash in Money in the Bank at the Royal Rumble if Cena ends up winning? Or even if just in general, will Rollins cash in Money in the Bank?
I'd love to see that happen either at Royal Rumble or even the night after Royal Rumble. Well, if Cena actually does participate in that event. But I saw the video that you were talking about with Sean's View and everything, and I agree with him in a lot of those points. I do, well, no doubt in my mind that the Money in the Bank will be cashed in. We just don't know when. I mean, there's never been a time when someone's won a Money in the Bank contract and, like, never cashed it in. I mean, it's just never happened before.
Yeah.
But, But we're just gonna have to wait.
Well, Damien Sandow, he didn't cash in. He just lost it.
Yeah, it's true,
But there wasn't a year that went around where he didn't cash it in. I mean, yeah. I don't. I think it just kind of died out, and I don't even know what they were doing there. But
yeah.
Oh well.
Let's just see when Seth Rollins cashes in, because whenever he does, it's gonna get a big pop.
Yeah. I don't think he'll cash in at Rumble. I think he'll wait till after, perhaps the Raw that we may go to. Maybe.
Which is the night after Rumble.
Maybe.
Maybe.
And disappoint a lot of Cena fans out there. But Cena will get his shot. Cena will probably face Rollins. Maybe they're leading to a big feud at WrestleMania. Brock Lesnar obviously has to get his rematch. I mean, I think because Brock Lesnar, he may not even be on the show for WrestleMania, and they're saying that may be his last night. Which there's a lot of scenarios going on here in WWE, and what could happen? Will they put all their investment in Ryback? Will they do well? Because we all saw it. We all saw it when Ryback first came into the WWE. He was hot. He had a WWE Championship match at Hell in a Cell. All right, and he was red hot. And WrestleMania season rolled around at 29, and it just died out. It just deflated Ryback like crazy, and I didn't know why. Ryback, I think they have to look at him, and he can be, in my words, he is the next Randy Orton. He really is. He can be the guy. He's not the man. He's not the franchise player, but he can definitely be a guy to win some WWE championships and go a long way. And I think that's what we could talk about here.
I agree. It's a very valid statement.
So I know I'm going to sound like a horrible WWE fan. I didn't see Tribute to the Troops. I was busy hanging out with my family. Because I got here. Actually, yeah. Right? Tribute to the Troops was when. Yes, I was busy hanging out with my family. And I didn't get a chance to see it. So, I don't know what happened with the brawl between Dean Ambrose and Bray Wyatt. Apparently, because I looked
I saw half that match.
Yeah, I didn't see it.
But I did see the ending,
So, I saw Bray Wyatt putting Dean Ambrose through a table. So, apparently they're going to lead this thing into the Rumble. Hopefully they lead this thing into WrestleMania. I hope they did it. I wish they did this a little later on and they kept pushing Rollins and Ambrose. Just until TLC, and then had Bray Wyatt get involved and set up Rollins versus Cena. I mean, because I would like to see this during WrestleMania season and go all the way into WrestleMania. But I think the timing that they spent it on, because they did it at Survivor Series, I don't know if it will go all the way. But those were some of the greatest matches I think I've ever seen. WWE made the absolutely right decision, putting the TLC match ahead of the tables match that I thought should have been the main event. They did the right decision. That was an absolutely unbelievable match. And you're seeing right now, Dean Ambrose is making a strong contention for the future. Like, not even like in fake, like the future of WWE, like Seth Rollins calls it. I'm talking about Superstars of the Year. I'm talking about like breakout star like he won this year. I'm talking about him being the future of this company because he's putting on some amazing matches right now, and he's doing everything to entertain these fans for the WWE universe. It's absolutely unbelievable. And I hope that they bring this war into WrestleMania. It would be awesome because both those guys are so hungry.
And the ending of that match, a tribute to the troops, because I did see at least a little bit. It was a phenomenal match. I mean, they said it was a boot camp match, which I mean it fits because it's a tribute to the troops and everything. But it was pretty much like an Extreme Rules match.
Yeah.
Where anything went. And we saw steel steps. We saw steel chairs. We saw tables. I mean, we saw like Bray Wyatt do a chokeslam kind of thing to Dean Ambrose through a table. And then the ending of the match was Dean Ambrose, that signature elbow drop he always does now, through a table. And now is the ending for the 1, 2, 3. It was a phenomenal match. And I believe and every word you're saying, I agree with every single word. Let's get this going until WrestleMania.
All right. Ryback. We all saw on SmackDown. I didn't see it on Tuesday. I saw it on Friday. I was perfectly fine with that because I was like, oh God, I missed SmackDown. I was so mad at myself, but then I was like, I was praying that it was going to be on Friday, and it was. So I saw Ryback get attacked by Rusev. Will Ryback rebound here on Raw? Yes. Ryback will get his revenge on Raw. It'll lead to a match at Royal Rumble. I will not give my prediction. If that match is official, I do not know if it is yet.
It's not yet.
Yeah.
I believe that will be at the Rumble too.
Yeah. And I will not give my prediction. I will wait until the Royal Rumble to do that.
We'll do our
Rumble prediction. But I think Ryback will rebound tonight, and it'll just lead into a feud over the next 5 weeks until the Royal Rumble happens.
And I like how they actually put it together with Ryback and Rusev.
Yeah.
I mean, they had big guys face them in the past, aka Big Show, aka Mark Henry, and they had the Real American face him.
Jack Swagger.
I mean, there hasn't been really that many guys that have stepped up to the plate to try to defend their country. But at Tribute to the Troops, we saw Daniel Bryan, who pretty much just had the troops behind their back, behind his back.
I did see this on I saw that on YouTube. Yeah.
Yeah, and that was a great moment too. But then Ryback came into the scene. But I can't wait till if they even have a match at Rumble. I can't wait for that. And it's going to be a great match if that does happen.
Yeah. And I think we are forgetting because Ryback, John Cena said it back at Hell in a Cell 2012 when it was between Cena and Ryback to face CM Punk for the WWE Championship at Hell in a Cell. Cena was like, I have a personal reason to be here for the Rumble.
Punch in the nose.
What?
That was that.
Alright. But I was like, I was saying, Cena had a personal reason back in Hell in a Cell 2012 to face CM Punk for the WWE Championship. Ryback didn't. Ryback goes in there to hurt people. Ryback goes in there to just eat people, eat alive these people, and he does it every single week. And I don't think he cares if he hurts you. It's just we had Jack Swagger, we had Big Show, we had Mark Henry. All of them had chances to step up for their country. Maybe Ryback is the guy because he doesn't care about defending the country. He cares about beating people. And the same thing with Brock Lesnar. All those people were facing The Undertaker in the past had a personal reason to beat The Undertaker at WrestleMania. Brock Lesnar went in there just to end the streak. Just that simple. And he did. So maybe Ryback could be the guy to beat Rusev at the Royal Rumble. And I can't wait, man. I cannot wait if that match is going to happen. It's going to be awesome.
Now, one question for you to stay on this topic for just one quick second.
Yep.
Do you think that if this match does happen at Rumble, it'll be for the United States title?
No.
No?
No.
You think he'll hold it until when?
If it is, Ryback or Rusev will win this match.
Yeah.
Rusev will win. And I think he will hold it till WrestleMania.
Okay.
But I think the streak will end.
That's what I was thinking.
I think the streak will end before that.
Yeah.
And he'll lose it at WrestleMania. Yeah. But.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was just wondering because I wanted to get your take on that.
Yeah. Roman Reigns, he is back as we've been saying for the past couple weeks. He said the Big Show, what was on SmackDown? I'm telling you, you come near here, or was that on Raw with Fandango?
That was on Raw.
That was on Raw. And he said, you come near here, I'm going to punch you in the mouth, and he did just that. Reigns versus Big Show. My opinion, it's going to happen. Or my take, it will happen at Royal Rumble. And that'll be a good match. And I think it's a good match for Reigns to get back on his feet, get back into the groove here in WWE, where he was so hot before he got hurt, which was probably the most devastating thing I've ever seen. And Reigns will dominate all the way into Rumble. I don't know who will win at Rumble, but I haven't made my decision. But it should be a good match, and I can't wait for Roman Reigns tonight.
I haven't made my decision on that match either. I gotta sit down and actually just think on who I think is gonna win that match if that does happen. And I believe with what you're saying that Roman Reigns will dominate until the Rumble. But here's the thing. I just didn't understand why they just put Roman Reigns with the Big Show all of a sudden when he first came back. That's the only reason. That's the only thing that I didn't understand. But
Yeah.
I do believe it's going to be a good match. I just don't know what's going to happen between these two. I just didn't understand how Roman Reigns just all of a sudden goes to the Big Show.
Yeah.
But let's see what happens.
I think WWE just wants him to get back on his feet, and Big Show's a good guy to do that with. He's a guy that I'm not I'm not saying he's the biggest heel in the company. But you don't want to put Reigns with a guy as hot as Seth Rollins right now. You want to put Reigns with a guy because he's just coming back from, what do you have, emergency surgery in his stomach. You want him to get back on his feet, be ready for WrestleMania, and then lead to the big match at WrestleMania, which I believe he will win Actually, no, it will not happen at Rumble. My bad, because he's in the Royal Rumble. He's in the Royal Rumble.
He's in the Royal Rumble.
I forgot about that.
And we'll predict who will win the Rumble,
yeah.
The actual Rumble match, our Rumble predictions.
Yeah.
I don't want to predict it now because I have my.
He is in the Royal Rumble. If he wins, he's going on to WrestleMania to face Brock Lesnar, and that's just it. John Cena will not win if Roman Reigns wins the Royal Rumble. I don't think, and if he does, then I think that'll be a good match. But I think Reigns and Brock Lesnar, that's a way to send Brock Lesnar off back into MMA, which I believe he'll go back, and it'd be amazing for me, and I think that'd be cool. But Reigns is in the Rumble, and I'm not going to tell you who I think will win, but Reigns is out of 3 superstars who I think will win. Reigns is in my top 3. I'm not going to tell you which he's 1, 2, or 3, but he is in there. Phil, any last words before we close out for the night?
Monday Night Raw. It has a lot of questions in mind with us, and hopefully we're gonna get some answers with Roman Reigns and the Big Show, with Rusev and Ryback, with
Ambrose and Wyatt.
With Ambrose and Wyatt,
Cena and
Rollins, wherever he's going to be at.
Ziggler being the Intercontinental Champion. A lot of questions to be answered here on Monday Night Raw, right before Christmas.
They'll all be answered. Watch out for the pre-show, which is on the WWE Network.
7:30. $7:30, $9.99.
7:30, and watch Raw at 8 o'clock. It's going to be a great show.
Alright guys, thank you guys very much, and I hope you guys have a good one.